If you're over 60 and still drinking the same milk you did decades ago, you could be making one of the biggest nutritional mistakes of your life. Shocking new research reveals that some milks spike inflammation, damage your gut, and even speed up aging. In this video, we expose the best and worst milks for seniors, based on real science. What you learn in the next few minutes might completely change what's in your fridge tonight. You've probably heard it your whole life. Drink your milk. It's good for your bones. And for decades, we all believed it. Doctors repeated it. Commercials drilled it in. And many seniors still follow that advice faithfully, starting their morning with a cold glass of milk, believing it's the ultimate calcium boost. But what if we told you that same glass might be doing the opposite? A groundbreaking study from Harvard Medical School followed over 77,000 women for 12 years and discovered that higher milk consumption didn't reduce the risk of fractures at all. In fact, some findings suggested that excess dairy might increase fracture risk in older adults due to its acidic load and potential to leach calcium from the bones. How's that possible? See, as we age, our bodies become less efficient at breaking down lactose, the natural sugar in cow's milk. According to the National Institute on Aging, nearly 30 to 50% of adults over 60 develop some degree of lactose intolerance, even if they didn't have it when they were younger. That means bloating, inflammation, and malabsorption of critical nutrients like calcium and magnesium. And without these minerals properly absorbed, the very thing you're drinking milk for, stronger bones, might be slipping through the cracks. But the story gets even more complicated. Cow's milk also contains D-galactose, a sugar linked to oxidative stress and accelerated aging in lab studies. In a 2014 Swedish cohort study published in BMJ, researchers found that women who drank more than 3 glasses of milk per day had higher mortality rates and more bone fractures than those who drank less. Let that sink in. The more milk some seniors drank, the more fragile their bones became and the shorter their lifespans. Now, does this mean all dairy is bad? Not exactly. There's a big difference between milk and fermented dairy like yogurt or kefir, which we'll talk about in a later section. But here's the truth no one tells you after 60. Your body's needs are changing. What worked at 30 might not serve you at 70. And if you're still treating milk like medicine, it might be time to reassess what's really nourishing you and what's just a habit. Because bone strength isn't just about calcium. It's about absorption, inflammation, gut health, and lifestyle. And the wrong milk choice could quietly set you up for a fall you didn't see coming. If you're still watching and this hits home, drop a quick milk myth in the comments below. That lets us know you're here, thinking critically, and ready to keep learning. Now that we've cracked the calcium myth, let's move on, because not all milks are created equal, and some of the worst offenders are hiding in plain sight. You walk down the dairy aisle and see them neatly lined up: chocolate milk, strawberry milk, even high-protein vanilla blends. The packaging promises strong bones, more energy, and better taste. Some even boast extra vitamins and minerals. But here's the reality. Flavored milk isn't milk. It's a sugar bomb in disguise. Let's take chocolate milk as an example. One 8-ounce glass can contain as much sugar as a can of soda, around 24 grams or 6 teaspoons. For seniors, that's a dangerous amount, especially when consumed regularly. Why? Because as we age, our ability to regulate blood sugar declines. According to the American Diabetes Association, nearly 1 in 4 adults over 65 has diabetes, and many more are pre-diabetic without even knowing it. Consuming sweetened milks daily causes constant glucose spikes, leading to insulin resistance, weight gain around the belly, and increased fatigue. Even worse, those same flavored milks often contain artificial additives, like carrageenan, a thickener linked to inflammation, or artificial sweeteners like acesulfame potassium, which has been shown in studies to disrupt gut health. And gut health? It's the foundation of your immune system, your mood, and even your brain function. A 2021 study published in Nutrients found that excess dietary sugars and emulsifiers in dairy products were associated with higher levels of inflammation markers and poorer cognitive outcomes in older adults. Now here's the part that hits hardest. Many seniors turn to flavored milks thinking they're making a healthy choice. They're easy to drink. They taste good. They remind them of childhood. But what they don't realize is that these sugary drinks may be worsening their fatigue, increasing joint pain, and silently spiking their blood sugar. And when those crashes hit, when your energy dips, your joints ache, or your focus fades, no one blames the milk. Yet it's happening every day in homes across the country. That's why nutritionists now warn, if it's flavored, it's not for daily drinking. If you crave that taste, there are healthier ways to satisfy it, like adding a dash of cinnamon or vanilla extract to unsweetened almond or oat milk, or blending a small amount of cocoa into plain yogurt with no added sugar. The bottom line? Your body after 60 is far more sensitive to the inflammatory effects of sugar, sweeteners, and additives. And flavored milk, no matter how well packaged or protein fortified, is still a processed drink that was never designed with your age group in mind. If this section opened your eyes, drop a quick "No more sugar milk" in the comments to let us know you're still here, paying attention, and committed to upgrading your health. Because in the next section, we'll reveal something even more surprising, a plant-based milk that many seniors switch to thinking it's healthier. But it may be doing more damage than good. Let's dive into it. For many seniors, switching to plant-based milk feels like the smart, modern move. After all, it's lactose-free, heart-friendly, and often lower in calories. You see almond milk, oat milk, soy milk, rice milk, lined up in sleek cartons, marketed as the healthy evolution of dairy. But here's the truth no one tells you at the checkout line. Not all plant milks are created equal, and some might be making you weaker. Let's start with one of the most popular, almond milk. It sounds healthy, right? Almonds are full of vitamin E, good fats, and antioxidants. But here's the catch. Most store-bought almond milk is mostly water and additives, with very few actual almonds. In fact, some brands contain as little as 2% almonds per carton. What fills the rest? Thickeners, emulsifiers, stabilizers, like gellan gum and carrageenan, which have been linked to gut inflammation and digestive issues in sensitive individuals. For seniors with already slowing digestion, that can mean more bloating, irregularity, and discomfort after meals. And then there's the nutrient problem. Most almond milks are low in protein, typically just 1 gram per cup compared to 8 grams in dairy milk or 7 grams in soy milk. That's a big deal for older adults. According to the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, seniors need more protein, not less, to preserve muscle mass, prevent frailty, and avoid dangerous falls. Low-protein beverages disguised as healthy can quietly contribute to muscle wasting, even if you're eating well otherwise. Plus, many almond milks are not fortified adequately with calcium or vitamin D, both critical for bone health after 60. You think you're drinking something protective, but you may be missing the very nutrients your bones are starving for. It gets worse. Some almond and oat milks contain added sugars or natural flavors that aren't so natural at all, chemical cocktails that can spike blood sugar or irritate the gut. And oat milk? That's another rising star. While it may seem creamier and more comforting, non-certified oat milks often contain glyphosate residue, a weed-killer chemical linked to long-term inflammation and chronic disease. A 2022 report from the Environmental Working Group found detectable glyphosate levels in multiple oat-based products, including beverages. Here's the bottom line. Just because something is plant-based doesn't mean it's healthy, especially not for older bodies with changing needs. So how do you choose wisely? Stick to unsweetened, fortified plant milks that offer at least 7 grams of protein per cup. Soy milk is one of the few that meets this mark, and it's backed by decades of research for bone and heart health. If you're sensitive to soy, look for pea protein milks, like Ripple, that deliver the nutrients without the baggage. If this helped clarify the plant milk confusion, drop a quick "Rethinking almond milk" in the comments. Your small shift today could mean more energy, better digestion, and stronger bones tomorrow. Because next up, we're talking about a different kind of milk altogether, one you've probably never considered, and yet it may be the single most beneficial milk for your brain, bones, and gut after 60. Let's explore it. After all the conflicting advice about dairy and plant-based milks, you might be wondering, is there anything left that's actually good for me? The answer is yes, and surprisingly, it's one of the oldest milks known to human history: fermented milk. If you've never tried kefir, it's time to reconsider. Kefir is a tangy, drinkable, yogurt-like beverage made by fermenting milk with kefir grains, a powerful combination of live bacteria and yeast. Unlike regular milk, which can cause bloating or intolerance in older adults, kefir is naturally low in lactose, meaning it's far easier to digest, even for those with mild lactose sensitivity. But the real power of kefir goes far beyond digestion. Each serving contains over 30 strains of beneficial probiotics, more than most yogurts on the market. These probiotics aren't just about gut health. They're connected to immunity, mental clarity, nutrient absorption, and even bone density. A 2020 review published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience highlighted the gut-brain connection, showing how probiotics like those found in kefir can reduce symptoms of depression, cognitive decline, and inflammation, all common concerns for seniors. And when it comes to bones, a 2016 clinical study published in Osteoporosis International found that daily kefir consumption in elderly women significantly improved bone mineral density and reduced markers of bone breakdown. Researchers concluded that fermented milk could be a valuable dietary addition for osteoporosis prevention. Here's why it works. Kefir doesn't just give you calcium. It helps your body absorb it better, thanks to the presence of vitamin K2, bioactive peptides, and gut-friendly bacteria that boost nutrient uptake. That's something no sugary chocolate milk or watery almond milk can do, and the benefits don't stop there. Kefir has been shown to support heart health, stabilize blood sugar, and even reduce inflammation in the joints, all major pain points for older adults. In one study from Nutrition Research Reviews, kefir consumption led to lower blood pressure and improved cholesterol profiles in older participants. But despite these advantages, kefir remains one of the most overlooked superfoods in the senior diet, mostly because it's unfamiliar. The texture is different, the taste is tangier, and yet those who try it often report feeling less bloated, more energized, and more regular within just a few days. If you're new to kefir, start small, just half a cup a day with breakfast. You can drink it straight, mix it into smoothies, or pour it over fruit. Go for plain, unsweetened versions. They're more potent and less processed. Because when you support your gut, your whole body responds. If you've ever felt like your digestion was slowing down, your joints aching more, or your energy fading for no reason, kefir might be the missing piece. Drop Kefir Curious in the comments if this gave you something to think about. Now, as we wrap up the milk breakdown, it's time to tie it all together. In the next section, we'll reveal a clear, senior-friendly summary: the best milks to drink, the worst ones to ditch, and how to make the switch without missing a beat. Let's finish strong. By now, you've probably realized the truth is far more complex than milk is good for bones. Especially after 60, when your body changes, your digestion slows, and your nutritional needs evolve. Not all milks are created equal. So what should you do when standing in front of the dairy aisle, faced with dozens of options that all claim to be healthy? Here's your simple blueprint: your go-to guide for what to drink confidently, what to drink with caution, and what to ditch altogether. Let's start with what to avoid completely. If a milk is flavored, sweetened, or contains ingredients you can't pronounce, it doesn't belong in your cart. That includes chocolate milk, strawberry milk, and most vanilla-flavored protein milks targeted at seniors. Despite their comforting taste, these drinks are often loaded with added sugars, artificial flavors, and thickeners that wreak havoc on your blood sugar and gut. The next group to approach with caution: store-bought plant milks like almond, oat, and rice. They sound wholesome, but many are mostly water with minimal nutrients, added oils, and sometimes hidden glyphosate residue. While they're great for those with allergies, they often lack the protein, calcium, and vitamin D your body needs to maintain muscle, mood, and bone strength. If you choose one, go for a fortified, unsweetened version, and always read the label like your health depends on it, because it does. And traditional cow's milk? Here's where things get personal. If you tolerate it well and you're choosing organic, grass-fed, or A2 milk, you might be just fine in moderation. But if you've noticed bloating, fatigue, joint stiffness, or digestive issues, it may be time to take a break and observe how your body responds without it. Now for the winners, the milks that truly support aging bodies. Leading the pack is Kefir, the unsung hero we explored in the last section. Its rich probiotic profile, natural calcium, and digestive support make it a powerful daily ally. Right behind Kefir is plain, unsweetened yogurt, which offers similar benefits in spoonable form and pairs beautifully with fruit, seeds, or a sprinkle of cinnamon. Another excellent choice? Soy milk, especially fortified brands with no added sugars. It's one of the only plant milks with protein levels that rival dairy, and it's been studied for its heart and bone health benefits extensively in older adults. And finally, for those who want a smooth, allergy-friendly option, pea protein milks like Ripple offer balanced nutrition, a creamy texture, and no dairy, soy, or nuts. Here's the real secret. It's not just about the milk. It's about what your body can absorb, use, and thrive on. At 60, 70, or 80, your food becomes your daily medicine. And your milk? That's no longer just a beverage. It's a decision about energy, clarity, and long-term strength. So the next time you open your fridge, ask yourself, is this drink fueling my future or just a habit from the past? Drop Milk Clarity in the comments if this blueprint helped you see things more clearly, because up next, we'll wrap up with one final insight, a message every senior needs to hear about aging, strength, and how small choices like milk can shape your vitality more than you ever imagined. Let's finish this together. What if it's not just about milk? What if every small choice you make today, what you pour into your glass, what you put on your plate, what you feed your body and mind, isn't just about avoiding disease, but about building a foundation for strength, clarity, and independence for years to come? Because aging doesn't happen all at once. It happens quietly, choice by choice. Some of those choices are hard to feel in the moment, but over time they shape how steady you stand, how sharp you think, how deeply you rest at night. And milk, something so ordinary, so overlooked, turns out to be one of those choices. Not all milks are created equal. Some comfort you with flavor but leave inflammation in their wake. Others nourish you, cell by cell, quietly rebuilding what time tries to steal. And your body, whether it whispers or screams, is always trying to tell you which is which. So take a look in your fridge. Look with new eyes. That carton isn't just a drink, it's a decision about bone strength, about blood sugar, about digestion, energy, and even your mood. You deserve a body that works with you, not against you. And every small choice, yes, even this one, counts. Now ask yourself, what else in your daily routine have you accepted as normal that might not be serving you anymore? That question isn't just about milk. It might be the key to your next breakthrough.